All right, the next person I want to talk about who influenced education was Herbart, Johanna Frederick Herbart. Was an educator who studied under Pestalozzi and was influenced by him, so they kind of fed off of each other's ideas. Herbart stressed learning by association. The Herbartian teaching method developed into the following 5 formal steps when it was all said and done. First is preparation, preparing the student to receive a new idea. How are you going to provide the hook? What are you going to do to get ready for the lesson? How are you going to have the students ready to learn? The second one is presentation. Presenting the student with a new idea. How will you present the new material? You've now given them the hook. They're now interested. Now how are you going to use an interactive or a hands-on type technique to actually present the lesson? The third step is association, assimilating the new idea with old ideas. You remember in 2010, the easier you can make the associations with a long-term memory base, the better it is to go into long-term memory, the new material, because that dendrite comes out, attaches to the new material, and goes back up into the long-term memory. If you can get an existing memory from the long term to pick up the new item, that's the main thing. So what kind of associations are you going to make? How are you going to help students think about, okay, I know this, now how does this connect to that? How are you going to connect the dots, in other words? Number 4, step 4, generalization. Generalizing the new idea derived from a combination of old and new ideas. Now that we knew this and now that we know this, all right, then what's some things we can draw from knowing those things? What generalizations can we make? What are just some common things, some obvious things that they can relate the two? And the last step is actually application, applying the new knowledge. That doesn't necessarily have to be in some type of handout ditto type sheet. It can be a hands-on project. It can be something, building something, making something, creating something, using a web tool, using an app, using paper and pencil. It doesn't necessarily have to be an ABCD format, even though the schools push that because that's the testing. I think we're kind of venturing away from that now. Now that was the Herbartian teaching method. It's still in use and in practice today, modified a little bit to update it, but still those 5 basic steps are there. That was chapter 2, page 35.